Hello, today I'm making cold process soap for beginners. This is an easy natural soap that you can make at home. The recipe is in the description below. Now, today I'm making a shampoo bar. So I'm going to be exchanging the grapeseed for the palm oil in my recipe, but it is the same exact recipe, okay? Today I'm making shampoo bars. This is an all-natural shampoo bar that you can make at home. First, we are going to measure out our water. Next, we are going to be adding our lye. Now, lye can be found at the hardware store as drain cleaner. Make sure it says 100% lye. Or you can order lye online. You want to stir as you're adding your lye so that it doesn't get clumped up on the bottom. You want to stand back because the fumes can get you. You can do this outside if you'd like, although usually the fumes end up getting to you anyway. Then next we are going to weigh out our oils. Now this is my coconut oil right here. Coconut oil helps your soap be bubbly and it makes a harder bar of soap. Next I have my grapeseed oil. Now the grapeseed oil is very moisturizing, so it's good for hair. And then our good old olive oil. And I get the light olive oil just because I like the color. Now we're going to do what's called the heat transfer method. And this is where you pour your hot lye water into your oils. And the hot lye water heats up your oil and melts your oils so that you don't have to heat up your oils. Rinse out your lye bucket immediately. That way family members don't accidentally get into the lye bucket. Then we are going to stir. Then we're going to stir and let the coconut oil get dissolved. Now, this soap is slightly on the green side because of the grapeseed oil, but it's perfectly natural. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, it took about 8 or 9 minutes for my coconut oil to get dissolved into the oils. And now we are going to blend it. Now this is optional, but I add goat milk powder to all of my soaps. I just like the way it feels. Makes a nice creamy bar. Alright, now how do you know when you're done mixing? When it comes to trace, can you see how it leaves little dots in there, little lines? That's trace. Now I'm just going to do a little bit more just to get it a little bit thicker, but I could go ahead and pour it in the molds now if I wanted to. Okay, now you can see nice trace. Now I have my silicone molds. Now for this natural soap, I'm going to add my tea tree essential oil. You do not have to add essential oil, that's optional, just if you want to. If you don't have a silicone mold, you can use something like a milk jug. You could just cut off the top and make a mold, or cut off the top here and make a mold. You could also use a cardboard box lined with a trash bag, or any kind of silicone ice cube tray, silicone muffin tin, anything like that. Oh wow, that looks gorgeous. Then, because I added the goat milk, we're going to let this sit uncovered so it doesn't get overheated for 24 hours. And then we are going to come back and cut our soap. All right, as I'm cleaning up, just wanted to give you a couple of tips. I just use paper towels to get the majority of my soap mess gone. That way it doesn't take quite so much soap and hot water to get it clean. You can just use soap. I use a good grease cutting soap like Dawn here in the United States. Other countries may have different names, but we use Dawn. It's a grease cutting soap. Yes, you can use your kitchen utensils and buckets and bowls. It's just soap. So once it sets up, it's already soap, and you don't even need soap to wash it. So that's the beauty of soap. Also, if you want to learn how to make your own shea butter soap, if you want to learn how to make your own cold process and hot process soap from scratch, please check out my How to Make Soap for Beginners e-course. The link is in the description below, 60% off right now. All right, you can see this one had soda ash. I forgot to spray my rubbing alcohol on it. And so the soda ash developed. Also, I had a hard time getting it out of my mold, and so it caused a little bit of breakage. So what I did was I threw it in the freezer, and then it just popped right out of my mold. Oh, doesn't that look beautiful? Absolutely loving it. All right, these broken pieces we'll either sell as misfits or use them ourselves. I have a couple other batches made, so I won't be out anything. Now this right here is where the goat milk burned just slightly, so that's why you want to make sure that your temperature is low before you add the goat milk. All right, you guys can get my How to Make Soap for Beginners e-course in the description below. This right here is called gelling. It's where the inside did not get as hot as, it's where the inside got hotter than the outside. It just happens sometimes. Sometimes it'll come out of it after it sits for a while, and sometimes it's just a pretty pattern. It just depends. So please check out our How to Make Soap for Beginners e-course, livingonadime.com. It's in the description below. You can buy our soaps at goatmilkgifts.com. The link is in the description below.